From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Friday, October 21st. Enjoy a wonderful day to end the work week. Bright skies, breezy winds, and slightly above average temperatures. Hard to believe coming off of the frigid ones we had earlier this week. Highs are going to be in the upper 60s to low 70s. The weekend's just going to get better. More mild air going through Saturday and Sunday. Winds are going to stay breezy, but it's going to be warm with highs in the mid 70s. From ITMate, a central figure in the unsolved Delphi murders is set to go on trial for child porn charges in January. Kegan Kline appeared in court yesterday via Zoom. It's the first time we've seen him since his arrest in 2020. He's accused of using the fake social media profile Anthony Shots to get pictures from young girls, including Libby German the day she and Abby Williams were murdered. Only reporters were allowed inside the courtroom yesterday, no cameras. Lawyers from both sides agreed to spend more time looking through evidence. ITMate reports Kline's lawyers may be working on a deal in exchange for information related to the Delphi murders. He is set to appear in court again on December 23rd, with the trial starting in January. IMPD says a man and boy are in critical condition after a shooting and an apparent robbery gone bad. Police say it happened on the Briargate Apartments on Freeman Drive on the east side. That's near 30th and Post. Officers say the boy tried to rob the man during an arranged cell phone sale. At some point, there was gunfire. The boy was found shot nearby at the apartments and taken to a local hospital. The man had also been shot and was found later at a nearby gas station on Post Road. At this point, that's all the information police have released. Anyone else with information is asked to contact IMPD. Prosecutors filed charges against the man accused of firing more than 24 rounds at a home in Irvington. Zachary Scott is facing 3 counts of criminal recklessness for firing at a house on Audubon Road near East 16th Street on multiple occasions. We've reported about this. Home security video captured the shootings. Then police were also able to use witnesses and license plate readers to track Scott down. Police say Scott had recently posted a photo of a rifle on his Facebook page before the shootings. Investigators haven't released a possible motive. In Fort Wayne, police say 2 people are in custody, including a juvenile, accused of trying to kill a man. Police say officers were on patrol early yesterday morning when they heard shots fired. Officers found a man shot with life-threatening injuries on Fayette Drive near Decatur Road. They arrested an adult and a juvenile last night. They are now charged with attempted murder, robbery, and kidnapping. Millions of dollars are now approved to improve aging firehouses across Indianapolis. The City County Council approved a $7 million bond to overhaul Fire Station 20 on the east side. It's a 70-year-old station that sits off Emerson and 16th. Another $1 million will be spread out among several other firehouses that have various issues that need to be fixed. An additional $7.5 million was earlier appropriated to build a new firehouse replacing the existing one in Broad Ripple, which is nearly 100 years old. New research shows some minority groups are more likely to be hospitalized with the flu. They're also less likely to be vaccinated. The new report from the CDC looks at rates from 2009 to 2022. It shows flu vaccination is consistently lower among Black, Hispanic, American Indians, and Alaska Natives. Flu hospitalizations were 80% higher among Black adults. The rates are 30% higher for American Indian and Alaska Native adults and 20% higher for Hispanic adults. The CDC says reasons for the disparities include lack of healthcare access and insurance, misinformation, and distrust in vaccines, and missed opportunities to get vaccinated. U.S. railroad companies rejected the latest proposal from a union of track maintenance workers, increasing the chances of a strike. The railroads issued a statement rejecting a request from the Brotherhood of Maintenance of Way Employees Division yesterday. The union had requested to add 7 days of paid sick time as part of a new contract agreement. It says it will strike as soon as November 19th if a new labor deal cannot be reached. The union represents 23,000 rail workers, making it the nation's 3rd largest rail worker union. Today is sentencing for Steve Bannon for contempt of Congress. A jury found Bannon guilty in July after he failed to comply with the subpoena from the Congressional January 6th committee. The panel wanted to hear what Bannon knew as a longtime advisor to former President Trump. Prosecutors want him to serve 6 months in prison. Bannon says that's out of line with other recent contempt convictions. He's asking for probation. A new report says another Trump confidant has talked to a federal grand jury in connection to the documents seized from Mar-a-Lago. Kash Patel served as a security advisor in the Trump administration and has claimed that he saw Trump declassify documents. CNN reports Patel spent several hours in front of a grand jury last week. The story does not say what questions he faced or how he answered them. Crowds of protesters gathered outside Downing Street last night after UK Prime Minister Liz Truss announced her resignation. We brought you that announcement live as breaking news on Daybreak yesterday. Protesters chanted "Tories out," celebrating the ousting of the leader of the Conservative Tory party. Truss's resignation comes after controversy over her administration's economic plan. On September 23rd, her government unveiled a huge package of tax cuts worth £45 billion or 50 billion American dollars. The pound immediately plunged to a record low against the U.S. dollar, and the cost of government borrowing soared. Now, Truss's party is tasked with choosing a replacement. The British shadow foreign secretary is calling for a general election. Truss spent 6 weeks in office, making her the shortest-serving prime minister in the nation's history. She topped George Canning, who served as prime minister for just 119 days in 1827 until he died. Supreme Court Justice and former Notre Dame professor Amy Coney Barrett has rejected a challenge to Biden administration's student loan forgiveness program. As part of her role in the court, Coney Barrett oversees appeals from the Midwest region. She dismissed an appeal from a Wisconsin taxpayers group. Her decision will allow cancellations of up to $20,000 to start Sunday. Lower courts had ruled that the group challenging the program did not have the legal right or standing to do so. Federal support in the aftermath of Hurricane Ian is now at more than $1 billion. That's according to FEMA, which says $545 million has gone to households and $302 million to the state. The U.S. Small Business Administration provided $130 million in disaster loans to employers, and the National Food Insurance Program has paid out $98 million to at least 40,000 people who filed flood insurance claims. Production for the film Rust is set to pick back up in January. That's according to a new report in Variety magazine. Today marks 1 year since cinematographer Helena Hutchins was shot to death on the film set with what was supposed to be a prop gun. Actor Alec Baldwin was holding it. He and investigators agree that he was told it was not loaded, but have disagreed about whether he pulled the trigger. The film will not return to New Mexico. Hutchins' family and the producers have reached a settlement. The family will get some of the profits from the film. A jury in New York has found actor Kevin Spacey not guilty of sexually abusing fellow actor Anthony Rapp. Jurors reached a verdict in the sexual misconduct case quickly. The panel deliberated for a little more than an hour. Rapp claims Spacey made a sexual advance on him after a party at Spacey's home in 1986 when Rapp was 14. Spacey testified the encounter never happened. To business headlines, U.S. home sales dropped for 8 straight months in September. The slowdown in the market is expected to continue as mortgage rates approach 7%, up from about 3% a year earlier. Airlines are being forced to pay more to fuel their planes, and consumers are bearing the brunt of the cost. According to the International Air Transport Association, the price for a barrel of jet fuel nearly doubled from the beginning of 2022 to about midsummer. As a result, Yahoo Money projects that airplane tickets around the Thanksgiving holiday will be up about 41%. American Airlines CEO said it could take another 3 years to resolve pilot shortages that have plagued the industry following the COVID pandemic. That means fewer flights and higher prices till it's resolved. The company said it's looking to hire close to 2,000 pilots this year. Elon Musk's plans for Twitter involve slashing its staff by nearly 75% in a matter of months, according to the Washington Post. Musk, whose $44 billion purchase of the social network is set to close by October 28th, would reduce Twitter's staff to just more than 2,000 people, compared with the 7,500 it currently employs. The Post cites comments Musk made to potential investors. However, Twitter tells employees there are no plans for layoffs. More than 7 in 10 Americans suffer from data dread, according to a survey. Research of 2,000 adults found 29% admit their brain shuts down when they see or hear the word data. Conducted by OnePoll and commissioned by DataCamp, it also found 54% believe that in the current economic climate, improving their data skills would put them at an advantage. All right, to a little sport headline. Today, the puck drops to start the season for the Indy Fuel. The schedule starts with an in-season rival, the Fort Wayne Comets. It's a home game at the Coliseum at the Fairgrounds. Tonight's game is billed as a Do 317 night with $3 drinks, $1 hot dogs, and $7 special T-shirts. The game starts at 7. A new addition to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, Wonder Bread is unveiling the Wonder Ship. The company says the float is in honor of its founder, who named his bread Wonder after watching a hot air balloon race. The company plans to be part of the parade for at least the next 3 years. Witches top the list of this year's most popular Halloween costumes. Google Trends released its list of the top costumes of 2022 this week. Spider-Man comes in second and dinosaurs come in third. Costumes from the Netflix show Stranger Things take fourth place. Fairies are in fifth. Finally, an October tradition returns to Indianapolis this weekend in a new place. The Indy Zombie Walk is back tomorrow, but this time in Fountain Square. The last walk was held in 2018 in Broad Ripple. Now, the walk is a fundraiser for Gleaners. You can donate non-perishable food items, or you can even donate money with a credit card there. The Zombie Festival starts at 3 tomorrow afternoon at the Hi-Fi Annex. The walk is at 7 that night. Have a great weekend, everybody. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.